Hello everyone, welcome to GK Gyan. In this video, we are going to talk regarding the LIC AAO interview. In this video, we are going to specify some LIC terms and also the questions which can be asked to the IT specialists, especially for the IT one. And for the generalist, we are going to talk regarding the basic terms of LIC. Okay, so let's start the video, and if you want to know the basic questions which can be asked in the interview, you can go through the previous video which is already in the playlist. Okay, let's start this video. First of all, this is for LICAA interview. These are the posts, means the posts and the students which have been selected for this, and these are the dates, means from 19th of August the interviews are going to start, and on the 6th of September all interviews will be conducted. Okay, so let's start with our hobbies and interests, because I was going through some telegram groups, and their students were very confused regarding their hobbies and interests. Means they, some are saying that we just listen music, we are just preparing, so we don't have any hobbies. So for that I have just mentioned some hobbies which you, if you want, you can tell to the interviewer, and from these hobbies he can just ask only one or two questions which are going to be very easy. Okay, so you can simply say that I love cooking, or I love cycling, I love gardening, I do voluntary work for any NGO or any sports. If you are going for any sports, specify the name of the sports and just go in the brief of that sports, any recent events if happened. Okay, and just try to avoid saying sir I just listen to music or reading newspaper, because in case if you say that sir I love reading newspaper, they are surely going to ask you the questions regarding the current affairs, many questions regarding current affairs. But if you say cooking, they can just simply ask you what you like to cook. Or if cycling, then they will simply ask why you just love cycling. You can say that's to remove the frustration or stress, I just go for the cycling in the evening or in the morning. In the gardening, they can simply ask where you garden the plants or some name of the plants, not more than that. But if you go for voluntary work for an NGO, they are surely going to ask you 2 to 3 questions, and which can go in your favor also if you give the answers in a positive manner. Okay, just simply they can ask you for which NGO you work. Just get some information regarding any NGOs, like some Rotary Club or any NSS type NGOs, and you can say that you teach the students of the construction workers, or you organize blood donation camps. Okay, so these can be your hobbies and interests. Now let's get to some knowledge based question. I was going through, as I told you, I was going through some telegram groups, and I found a very relative question which can be simply asked to you in the interview. It is, what do you do or see while buying an insurance policy? Because you are going to the LIC, surely they are going to ask you questions regarding the insurance. Okay, so if you are going to buy any insurance policy, what you will see in that? Okay, so first of all, you will simply understand the policy and the product and the features which the insurance policy is providing to you, and also the limitations and the negative points of the same policy, and ensure that the premium which you are going to pay to the LIC or any insurance company monthly, yearly or half yearly, it's affordable to you. Okay, and the total amount which you will get after maturity or as a claim, that is sufficient or adequate if in case there is any demise or anything. Okay, make it sure. And they are surely going to ask you the questions whether you have any insurance policy on your name or not. Okay, so make it sure if you have any LIC policy, just gather the information, means all information regarding that, the name of the plan, what is the premium, what is the maturity time, what is the sum assured, and all other information. And if not, then also kindly gather some information, because if you say just no, then they will surely ask why are you not having any insurance policy on your name, because it's very crucial. You may have any sudden death, anything. So that's now let's come to some insurance terms, important insurance terms. These are going to be asked to each and every student, whether it's from the generalist or it's the IT officer. It's just basic terms which you have learned for your mains examination also. So let's just go through them. First, it's the co-insurance. What do you understand by co-insurance? It's simply the split of risk between the company and the insured person. It's majorly in the case of medical insurance, where the insurer, for example, pays the 80% and the 20% of that is beared by the insured person. Then they can ask you, what do you understand by reinsurance? Reinsurance is the simply the insurance to insurance companies. Means LIC also has insurance of his clients to some other insurance company. Let's take an example. In India, there is only one reinsurance company, and that is GIC. So they can ask you simple questions about GIC also. Just Google it. You will find the major points regarding the GIC also. They can ask you, what do you understand by days of grace? Days of grace is the extra days to make the payment. For example, if the due date of your premium is 2nd of July, but you are not able to pay on that day, then they will give you 10 to 15 days extra. That is known as the days of grace. Then what is term insurance? Term insurance, simply you can say there is no return. Means the in case you may, just example, that you are taking the policy and you think that you will get some amount after maturity period, then in term insurance you will not get any amount in after the maturity. In case if there is any death or any demise, in that case only you will get the returns, and the returns will be high returns, and the premium which you are paying monthly or half yearly, they are very low. So if just you want that after your demise your family get the high returns, those persons only choose for the term insurance. And then the money back policy, this is very popular among the youth and persons, because in this money back policy, after a specific time, means 5 years or 4 years, you get some amount back, and you also get the insurance. Means after maturity also you get the amount, or in case of any demise or sudden death you will get the amount. But there is a term known as survival benefits. If you survive that period, for example of 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, you will get the survival benefits of 15,000, 20,000, whatsoever is mentioned in your policy. Reinstatement simply means the restoration of lapsed policy. In case your policy is lapsed, then you can simply means pay your premiums, and then they can simply reinstate your policy. Surrender value simply means that your policy is of just example 10 years, but you want to just stop your policy, means terminate your policy. This can only be done after 3 years. So the surrender value is the amount, some deducted amount which you will get after the surrender. Survival benefits, as I told you, it's in the case of money back policy, it's the period which you have to survive, and after that you will get some bonus. Vesting age, it simply means the pension age. Okay, the 60 year or 65 year, it's simply the pension age. Okay. Then the whole life policy plan. Whole life policy plan simply means the insurance is paid for specific term, and after the term is completed, person can take returns. Either they can take the returns, or they can opt for whole life insurance. Means for 100 years they will be insured, and after their demise, their children or the nominee will get the whole amount. After that, it's the pension policies. We all know regarding the pension policies, we have to pay the premiums during our job time, and after our retirement or the vesting age, we will get the specific amount in after each month. Okay. ULIP plan is specially designed for the persons who just want to invest their money and also want a insurance policy. In this, it simply means unit linked investment policies. In this, the LIC deposits some amount as an insurance premium, and invest your some amount in the mutual funds, so that you can get the high returns. Okay, it's just simply like a investment plan. Forfeiture, in LIC terms, forfeiture means providing the false information. Means at the time of the LIC policy, taking the LIC policy, you have just given some wrong information which you should not have given. It simply said forfeiture. Repudiation means the rejection of claim because you have hidden some details or given the wrong info. That is simply known as repudiation. Assignment means that you are giving your rights, the policy rights, to someone else. That in case you are taking loan on your LIC policy, you are giving your LIC rights to the bank. Okay. Free look period is the 15-day period in which you can means go through the policy at a whole, and if you don't like the policy, you can simply return the policy back to the LIC or insurance company, and they will give back the whole amount which you have paid to them as a premium or as a policy amount. Okay. Riders simply means add-ons. As for example, in Geo we all use. We have add-ons, means we can take extra data packs. Just like in LIC, we also have riders. We have taken a LIC policy, but we want some additional features in that. Those additional features are known as riders. Maturity, we all know maturity means the time at which your LIC policy get matures, or annuity means it's complete now, you are going to get your amount, the sum assured, you are going to get that amount. These are some of the basic LIC terms which may be asked to you in the interview. Okay, so now let's see means what's the role of IT officer in LIC. So simply maybe he has to support the branch, because the whole branch works on a network, there are computers, PCs, he have to just maintain the branch or support the branch. Server maintenance, website development, regular updates, and database management. This is going to be the main role of the IT officer, the regular updates and database management, because LIC has to maintain the data of all of its agents, clients, everyone. So it is going to be a database management, or in case maybe they can appoint you in the IDBI bank also as a IT officer, because IDBI bank also comes under the LIC now. Okay, so let's see some questions which are going to be related to IT field students only. Okay, these are not going to be asked to any generalist candidate or CA or one. These are specific for the IT field. Okay, so let's start it with the simple basic questions of computer. They can simply ask you, what is operating system? You can simply say that it's a software program that manages software and hardware resource of computer. Or you can say it is you can simply say that it manages, or it communicates between software and hardware. What is application software and utility software? They can simply ask you regarding simple application software or either utility, or can ask the difference between both of these. Application software is a simply specialized program, like for example multimedia tool, like you have a music player in your mobile. It's a simple application software, means it will only perform a single task, whereas the utility software is specially designed to optimize, configure, and maintain the computer. For example, antivirus, backup tools, these are the some utility softwares. Basic of networking and database management system. Surely they are going to ask you some questions regarding the DBMS, or we can say database management system, and networking also, because whole LIC is connected through network. So they may ask you some basic questions regarding network, but don't worry, they are not going to go in the deep. Okay, so let's see what do you understand by DBMS. DBMS simply means database management system, and it is a collection of interrelated data which can be accessed by a set of program. It controls the organization, storage, security, and integrity of the data. So be ready for some questions regarding DBMS. Okay, and if you want the deep information, you can simply Google it and you will get the information. But trust me, they are just going to go over the overview. They are not going to go to ask you in the deep. Okay. Say they can ask what is the entity in DBMS, because it's a very common term in DBMS. It simply means grouping of same type of data and storing them under one group. Means the same type of data is stored under a group, that is called an entity. Okay, they can ask you what do you understand by SQL. SQL simply means structured query language, because whole DBMS and DBMS queries are solved by SQL. So they can simply ask you what do you understand by SQL, or may ask you some normal terms of SQL, like what do you mean by command insert in SQL, delete, update. So don't worry, the word itself says the meaning, because SQL is a very simple language. Insert simply means insertion of data, update simply means update of data. Okay, so don't worry, and if you don't know, just say a simple no, they will not mind it. Okay, then they can simply ask you cloud computing, because nowadays everything is going for the cloud computing or cloud storage. So they may simply ask you regarding this. So cloud computing simply means the use of hardware and software to deliver as a service over a network, typically on the internet itself. With cloud computing, user can access files and use applications from any device that can access the internet. Okay, for example, cloud computing example is Google's Gmail. You can access your Gmail anywhere, any place. Okay, and you can store your data on that also. What do you mean by cloud storage? Cloud storage also, we all know, means storing data on a cloud, okay, or on a server. They can ask you questions regarding the Ethernet, LAN, WAN, PAN. Okay, simply Google them. There is nothing which I can explain you regarding this, because these are the very basic terms of the internet. Means, what do you understand by Ethernet connection? What do you understand by LAN? What can be the range of LAN? What's the difference between LAN and WAN? Okay, so simple questions regarding this, you can simply Google them. They can ask you, what do you understand by deadlock? Okay, deadlock is a situation in which two computer programs sharing the same resources are effectively preventing each other from accessing the resource. Or we can simply, in simple terms, we can say computer hang ho gaya. Okay, means we simply say that computer is not working. At that time, two processes at the same time are asking for a resource, but they both are not getting that resource, so it's a deadlock. They can ask you methods to prevent the deadlock also. So there is a banker's algorithm, you can name that, so that we can use the banker's algorithm to prevent from the deadlock. They can ask you regarding the network topologies. It's very simple. There are five type of network topologies. Means the way in which the network computers are connected: mesh, bus, ring, star, and tree. And from their name you can understand what is a mesh topology. Means each computer is connected to another just like a mesh. In bus, there is single network line, and from that network line each computer is connected. In a ring, it's simply running the ring. And star is the shape of star. Okay, from the tree there is a root, and from that root each computer is connected. They can ask you the questions on OSI model and its layer if they want to go in the deep. Okay, if they find some potential in you, they can simply ask you questions on this also, but I can't explain this here because this will take too much time. Okay, so you can simply Google it, what are OSI model and its layer. There are 7 layers of the OSI model, and each layer have functions. You can just remember the name and the functions of all the 7 layers. They can ask you regarding any layer or specific function of any layer. Okay, you will just write OSI layers and you will get the first result on Google picture, which will be showing you the 7 layers and their function. You can just memorize it. Okay, what do you understand by network security? Yeah, it can be asked. Okay, network security simply means that protection of the access to files and directories in a computer network against hacking, misuse, and unauthorized changes to the system. Means if the system is online, means on the internet, we have to provide it security. Okay, so that any another person who is not authorized to access the data or information, he cannot access that. In simple terms, this is said. Or we can use antivirus, like we are using quick heal. Then in that we get an option of network security that will secure for us. Okay, let's see another some question of server. Yeah, they may ask you what is a server, or what do you understand by different type of servers. A server is a dedicated computer that manages all the resources. Okay, it can be a dedicated, it can be a shared server also. It's a very simple. The computer or the network that maintain or the network resources is known as the server. What do you understand by HTML? It's a very basic questions regarding, because if they want you to develop their website, they will ask you regarding the questions on HTML. HTML simply stands for hypertext markup language. HTML language is used to create web pages, nothing else. Okay, and there is a question regarding the HTML in your mains examination also, so maybe they can ask. They can simply ask what are stack and queues. What do you understand by modulation and demodulation? You can simply Google these, because the video is getting too long here. So you can simply Google what is stack, what is queue, what is modulation, what is demodulation, what is LIFO, what is FIFO. These can be the basic questions which can be asked to you. And if they are going in the deep, then don't worry, they are not going to fail you. They will provide you at least 50% marks, which you need to qualify this examination. Okay, so just go through these questions, and if possible, I will surely make another video for the IT aspirants and for the generalist also, for the current affairs. Okay, so just like this video, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel, friends. Thank you and best of luck.